Hi, you guys. I'm Angela Hughes, a luxury travel entrepreneur, and we are live today with Yenedi Perez from Ponant. And I'm so excited to have you on the show. So I'm hoping that we don't have any technical difficulties because we're trying to work things out today. And you know, when you're away from home, it can be a little crazy. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Angela, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with you today and share my knowledge and my enthusiasm for Ponant with all of our guests. I'm Yenedi Perez. I'm the Business Development Director for Ponant Cruises and Expeditions. I've been with the company for over 2 years, and it has been a great journey. I have been with the cruise industry for over 25 years. Working with Royal Caribbean Celebrity as well as Norwegian. So many of you may know me as the Norwegian sales rep for the Eastern Pennsylvania and Delaware, as well as Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and part of Florida. So I recently joined Ponant. It's been wonderful. Has been great learning, so many unique destinations, so many beautiful ships. We have over 12 ships right now, with guest capacity from 16 passengers to 264. 4 of our ships were purposely built for polar expeditions, and those are hold 264 guests. It's like sailing on your own private yacht. And then we have 6 that are the Explorer class vessel with the famous underwater lounge, which is a very unique feature. You can hear the ocean from 3 miles away. The ship is lit from the bottom, so you can see any marine life going around the ship. I can even share with you later on if you want to see one of the penguins. There was a sailing in Iceland where penguins were swimming around the ship, and it's quite unique, quite impressive. So it's just a very cool features that we have on board. Our ships, as they were French owned by the Artemis Group. So if you have heard of Salma Hayek's husband owns the Artemis Group, and he's the owner of the company. But our ships were actually, the company was founded 32 years ago by a gentleman called, his name is Jean-Emmanuel. It's a French Marine family tradition, and it's just he's still at the helm of the company, very passionate and very much about sustainability. So our ships do not leave any footprints behind, and we have been awarded lately for being the cleanest cruise line in the entire industry. So we're very proud of that.
So tell me a little bit, like, really, in the United States, don't know the name as much as other cruise lines. How long ago did they start coming into the market here? I was probably introduced to them 4 or 5 years ago, but I would say for like the normal person, that would be a new concept.
Let me just explain a little bit more about Ponant and its partnerships. If you have heard of Talc, A&K, Back Roads, and some other charter, or tour companies, they use our ships for many of our yes. So they use our ships for Antarctica. So basically what they do is they put a program around basically Antarctica sailing or Iceland, or it really depends because they use our ship for very multiple itineraries. So they use our ships basically for that, our staff, and it's been a great partnership for over 20 years. So I'll tell you a little bit. About 6 years ago, the company was bought by the Ponant family. There were 4 ships before, so now they basically was a multi-million-dollar investment. So that's where the 6 other Explorer class ships came about. They're brand new. They were built, just designed by Ponant family, and they were built 2 in 2018, 2 launch in 2019, and 2 in 2020. And next will be the luxury expedition vessel. Le Commandant Charcot, that it will be the first hybrid ship, electric hybrid ship, and it will be actually sailing all the way to the North Pole, 90-degree North Pole, and it will be quite fantastic. All the offerings that we have for that ship. It will have hovercraft, so it could glide through the ice, hot air balloon, ice fishing available. There will be a scientific lab on board, and there'll be your guests will be able to be part of that. What else, Yenedi? It will be hot air balloons. We have dog sledding included.
Oh,
Polar diving, which is quite unique, and all those are going to be included in the price, except the diving expedition, but kayaking, zodiac landings, all that will be included. There are two very distinct experiences within Ponant. One is the yachting experience, which will be more docking into destinations. So since our ships are very intimate size, what we do is we, instead of docking in a very regular, regular mass market where the ships can dock, bigger ships, we try to limit that to destinations where they're unique, very boutique style. So we dock right into the destination city center. So you avoid the actual transportation that takes about an hour or 2 hours from point to point B. So it's very unique destinations. We do do a lot of theme related sailings, which will be more into the Epicurean delights of Croatia and Italy, as well as southern Sicily and Sicily and southern Italy. So those are Epicurean delights, a theme related one with Wine and Spectator as a partnership, and the other one with a Michelin-starred Petrascio in Naples. So those are two very distinct theme-related quintessential collection. We also have for sustainability. Another very interesting one will be the political affairs or public affairs, and those will be more into theme related, such as sustainability, more political discussions on board. And offshore, there's another one that it's music related. And there's a very special one, because this one is from it departs from Lisbon and it goes into La Coruña, which is Santiago de Compostela, and those are where the pilgrimage ends, St. James pilgrimage. And what they do there is they're going to be having a concert and a dinner in close to Santiago de Compostela. It will be in Santiago de Compostela, but it will be in one of the palaces. Very, very unique. So those are destinations, as well as Japan, the culture and traditions of Japan. So that's another quintessential collection. Aside from those yachting expeditions to Iceland, to Greece, very small destinations, islands in Greece like Patmos, and sailing to, one other thing that allows us to do is that we arrive in a destination very, very early, and then we just depart very late, or sometimes even overnight. So that's very important when we have those type of yachting expeditions, as well as the expeditions. The expedition in itself, there will be a polar expedition, either North Pole or South Pole, going to Antarctica Peninsula or doing the Northwest Passage. We also have very interesting itineraries, an expedition in Alaska, and that will be from Nome, Alaska to Vancouver. They're just very, very unique. So if you want to remember something about Ponant, our itineraries are just absolutely out of this world, very genuine encounters with, sometimes it's even tribes, or in the Amazon, or it could be, in the Indian Ocean, it could be Madagascar, it could be the Seychelles, Papeete, Amahe. I mean, it's just very distinct destinations, and it is more about immersive travel. It's more about experiential travel. It's becoming one with the destination. So that's are the type of experiences that we provide on Ponant. It's just very different than just going into a ship just because of as a destination's going to do have a fabulous entertainment on board.
Yeah.
We have, as well as a full-size theater where we do entertainment shows, cabaret-style shows. Also, we do lectures on board regarding the destination, sustainability, and regarding into seafood. That was one very important lecture that I attended on a trip that I went from Vancouver down to San Diego, and it was about sustainability. It was about seafood sustainability. It was just very interesting. Very interesting.
I switch from just doing like the artists, the polar regions to more destinations.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
I said, when did you guys switch from just being like polar expeditions to more of the world destinations?
Well, 6 years ago, and I'll tell you, 6 years ago, since the expansion of our fleet, the four sister ships that we have that were launched in 2010, 2011, 12, 13, those were more geared towards polar destinations, and the ships were purposely built for colder regions. However, since we have those additional 6 ships in our fleet, which are absolutely beautiful. I mean, imagine that our ships only hold 184 passengers, 92 seats. Absolutely, and they're 100% balcony cabins. And one additional thing that I forgot to mention is that they're all inclusive. You have an open bar. You have gastronomy by Alain Ducasse, who's a very well-known French Michelin star chef. You have gratuities are included. Wi-Fi is included. I mean, as I said, open bar. So everything is included. And one very important thing, yachting experience are more a la carte for short versions because, I mean, there's so many activities to choose from. And many guests, if they're going into a home destination or kind of a smaller destination instead of a tropical destination or region, there are more activities to choose from. So when you're doing an expedition with us, all the short excursions are included, many of them via Zodiac landings. So it is quite unique what we have to offer. So what is it about Ponant and all these beautiful destinations, as I said, even Lisbon, departing from Lisbon, St. Malo, you have Croatia, Dubrovnik, I mean, you name it. We even do the Scottish, the Celtic shores, and even 5 stops through Ireland. So they're just very, just different destinations, as well as we have one that is specific to golf. So we stop in Scotland and they go to St. Andrews, and I mean, it's just about golf. There's also about diving experiences. I mean, we have so much to offer. That is, we go over 450 destinations worldwide.
So it's exciting. One of the things in working with you that I've learned is like, Ponant is so much more affordable than we think.
Yes.
Let's talk about pricing for a minute, because I feel like for so many people, they think it's out of their range. Really, if you look at the value of it and what's included, and some of the prices in Europe are no more a river cruise in some destinations. And so talk to us about the pricing strategy with that.
Okay. With Ponant, this is something that I always try to instill in travel planners as well as, our guests, our future guests. On certain cruise lines, there's a price to get on and there's a price to get off. There's only one price. Basically, you pay upfront. But I can tell you, for example, in Ireland, we offer a $300 on savings per person for first-time cruisers. So if you look at Ireland itinerary, that is about $3,200. Basically, you're paying $2,700 per person with everything included. Those itineraries will be a yachting experience. So short excursions will be a la carte. And you asked me about short excursion pricing. I can tell you they're about $80. Yeah.
So no more than you're paying on a Royal Caribbean in the Mediterranean, really. So
and then you have everything included. It's all inclusive. You also have the Mediterranean, and you could be paying what, maybe 3,200, 3,500. Of course, we have a variety of price. Of course, if we're doing the Northwest Passage, it's a whole different price point, which will be probably $1,800 per person, everything included. It's a very long itinerary. So price points are very different depending on the itinerary you're choosing. So you quite it's it's an experience that is genuine, very immersive, all inclusive, and you can choose from Caribbean. We have sailing to the Caribbean now starting in January, departing from Martinique, going to St. Bart's, going to the very unique and small island, Dominica, St. Barth. So those are the type of experience that you want to choose. If you're already tired and just tired of the 7 night Eastern Western Caribbean, same itinerary, St. Martin, St. Thomas, you can look at elsewhere. You can look from yes. You can look
I want to go to St. Bart's. I'll get on any itinerary with St. Bart and Martinique. So are those, real quick, those Caribbean itineraries will be selling regardless of what the CDC decides next week?
Yes.
Or this week, I guess.
Ponant is sailing.
Say that again.
Ponant is currently sailing. Ponant is a French company. And we were the first cruise line to establish our safety and protocol measures.
Okay, so we could be booking people, right? So if you're watching this and you're one of my consumers, we can be booking them because they're French. We just got to get you there, and you probably got to take your COVID to get there.
Yes.
And I apologize about the Wi-Fi today, you guys, so who are watching. Yenedi is down by the Florida Keys, and she doesn't have great Wi-Fi down there. So we're doing our best here on this. If you have questions, if you've got questions for Yenedi or myself, you can put them in the chat, and we'll answer them live today. We've got Yenedi Perez here with Ponant, and we're talking about everything luxury and cruising today. So
we're sailing in the Mediterranean. We are also sailing in Croatian, the agency. We are going to be sailing in the Seychelles, Bora Bora, Tahiti area as well. In the Caribbean, we'll be sailing in January, so that is confirmed, as well as Antarctica.
Okay, let's go to Antarctica because I always feel like that's like my most exciting product because we love to tout Antarctica out. What are people looking at on a daily price point for Antarctica?
Antarctica right now for winter of 2020 and 21, we have a special promotion of $1,800 off per person. So you could be paying $7,700 per person.
So cheap for Antarctica.
Initially, it is $10,000. It's a give and take. But I can tell you what Ponant offers. We have an emblematic Antarctica, which is about 9 days on board. We do offer a hotel night in Buenos Aires. That hotel night will include a dinner as well as breakfast, and then the transfer to the hotel, to the airport. So we do have a charter flight that takes from Buenos Aires down to Ushuaia. That is also included in the price. All the shore excursions are included. When you get on board, you'll have a parka that it's yours to keep, a souvenir. Yeah. And then we also provide boots, but the boots are loaners because we have to decontaminate our boots before you go offshore and when you come back, because it's all about sustainability. It's all about not leaving any footprints behind. That is our motto, and it's just something very dear to our Ponant's heart. And it's all about, keeping safe everyone on board and of course the ambiance offshore.
Okay, so for U.S. travelers that want to do Antarctica in January, is that a possibility or not a possibility?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We do have Le Boreal. It has been confirmed to be sailing, so that is available. And we are booking already for 21 and 22. So those itineraries are available.
I know, and I'm going to book a group for the crowd because I feel like all need to go to Antarctica soon. Let's talk about, I love your product because you've got the solo. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yes, let me tell you about the solo. We are very well known for no single supplement. That means that you're going to go in your cabin by yourself and you don't need a guest, and you will not be paying anything extra. So it is a no single supplement sailings, and we currently have about 97 sailings that we offer no single supplement. Even Antarctica, it's being offered as a no single supplement.
So how do you guys compare to, just for the viewer, I know the answer, how do you compare to the other Antarctica sailings and ships down there? Where would you place yourself?
We're placed ourselves as a leader in world expeditions. We have a very unique proposition because we only sail with less than 199 guests. Mm-hmm. Our expedition team has been, it's a very knowledgeable team because we have scientists, we have people who are biologists, we have, and also our French maritime tradition allows to sail in very, very, not only the polar expeditions as well, but also cold waters. And we do not crack the ice. We do have, our ships are built for polar expeditions. And our oldest ship is from 2010. And they have been revitalized. Not only are you sailing on an amazing itinerary, but you're doing it in luxury. You're doing it in a comfort. You're doing it on a new ships. And they have been purposely built for that, to provide you with the best amenities on board as well as shore. We do have, on every ship, we have about between 10 to 12 zodiacs. And our landings are in the morning as well in the afternoon. And since our ships are small, our captain is just, it's amazing. Our captain just, it's in charge of providing you such a different experience. Because, for example, this is not in Antarctica, but this is what I experienced departing from Victoria, Canada. And the ship, the captain just decided to stop the ship for 3 hours because they were doing whale watching. So those are unique experiences. We have champagne on ice, and you may think, okay, champagne on ice. Guess what? What we do is that we take champagne, and it's literally on the continent of Antarctica. So we would have a champagne party offshore for your guest. And this is another great experience is when we go offshore, we have very experienced hikers on our photographers. So those are experiences that we provide on board and offshore. We have a phenomenal team of photographers, and they'll tell you, okay, this is the right time to do it. You can go to their office and they'll just show you how to do things. And it's more personalized experience rather than here, you're in Antarctica. No, we actually are very proud of, being able to give you an experience that it's hands-on. Our shore landings are just amazing. How we have 2 excursionists. Of course, we need to have 2 excursionists, not only for security, but also to tell you about the environment. What do you see? What are the experiences? What type of penguins? There are 17 types of penguins. If you go to South Georgia Island, you have 450,000 penguins to see there. The emperor penguins. It's just very unique destinations. You have kayaking. I mean, there's so much more to it to discover on small ship experience, and it's just beautiful because the accommodations, all the luxury service that we have on board, and just a very unique and genuine experience. We're not stuffy. It is just very down to earth, very wanting to just learn about the environment. It's immersion travel, and that's what really counts nowadays. I mean, we have been closed indoors for such a long time. I mean, since February. We want to go out there and look at the world in a different way. We really want to become one with our destination. So it's not just about sitting and sipping a nice cold beer. It's just more, it's learning more about the destination. It's learning about the culture, the people. That's what really makes traveling unique nowadays. And we're going to be seeing that more and more. Expedition will be becoming like the first choice of your clients. It will be something very different from now on. You really want to just sit down and just smell the place, just smell the culture, their what people are really like at each destinations.
Yeah.
Want to become so much more involved than just sitting on a deck and doing absolutely nothing. It's going to be different from now on.
Real quick, so we've talked a little bit about Antarctica price point. What's the best value in the Mediterranean?
The Mediterranean, it's about $3,000. It's give and take. It's about that amount, between 32. It really depends on the destination, but I have seen them as low as 3,200 to probably 45. We do have.
I do love what you said, though. You know, on an ocean cruise, you're paying when you go in and you're paying when you go out, and so really, if you put the values side by side together, I mean, when people see the price of shore excursions for just like a classic mass market cruise line, they're so shocked that it's $300 on the Rocky Coast and so forth. So really, if you put this side by side with the value of what you're getting, it's such a bargain in my mind.
And one very important thing about our itinerary is that what we do is that we go into very small ports of call. So that makes it even unique. The Corinth Canal. Can you imagine crossing the Corinth Canal? Is absolutely beautiful. I do have some pictures to show you. I don't know if I'll be able to get them because our internet really, it's not working. It's optimal in speed. But those are
again, though. This is not the only time we're going to ever talk to you on a little show here. We're going to have you again in the future. So
I would love to show you some of our unique docking. In London. Can you imagine just docking in? Not just not just docking somewhere else. No, actually docking in city center, crossing the Corinth Canal. Those are the type of experience that you wanting to small islands in Greece. You want to go in Croatia, in Hvar, Dubrovnik. I mean, it's just in Iceland. Can you imagine just going around the Iceland? It's just amazing. You have the Iceland loop, you have the Iceland mosaic. Can you imagine going into Ireland and visiting 5 different ports? Those are
every itinerary that you tell me, I'm like, which one should I pick? All of them sound like delightful, and I've done some of those a couple of times. So, okay, real quick, because we're coming to the end. How far out should people be booking now? Because it's a new concept right now during COVID that they can actually book some of these things, and we need to do a better job as a travel agency educating consumers that you can book on some of the European cruise lines right now. You're not stuck with the CDC guidelines here. So how far out? I mean, if somebody wanted to do the Caribbean, could they do that pretty last minute if they're not completely comfortable yet?
Yes, absolutely. They can book with just a 10% discount. I mean, 10% deposit. That's pretty great. And then you can pay the final payment. It's about 30 days prior to sailing, so you're pretty comfortable with that. We're very flexible. We're offering $300 just at the and this is just until December 31st of this year. We're offering a $300 onboard credit per person for AARP members, which is rapidly becoming myself. I guess what? I'm older than I look. Only $16 for the membership. So I'm like, yeah, $300 per person. Absolutely, I want to become an AARP, and I think you don't have 50, so I'll be right there. My hair is, keeps me younger, but
Okay, any last words that you want to say here today? Like, what's a final wrap up, Yenedi, for Ponant today?
Final wrap of Yenedi is Ponant offers the most unique boutique destinations, and those are we offer the destinations. They are on your bucket list. We aim to give you the best experience out there of any cruise line, because we can dock into very small destinations, and our service on board is just absolutely wonderful. It really is. It's genuine. It's heartfelt. And that is because our ships just hold about 185 guests and 264. It's like sailing on your own private yacht. And
Yeah.
how are you going to feel on board this? It's a different feeling. It's not having to wait half an hour in line to go and grab breakfast or anything like that. It's just it is very simplistic, very it's just genuine. It's just a beautiful and absolutely luxurious ambiance, but it's understated elegance. And just going like that with different parts of the world, even Papeete, Fiji, Bora Bora. We're talking about destinations, South Africa, Madagascar, Praia, Cape Verde, and we have the Andalusian coast. It's just absolutely unique. It's absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful. You have all the beautiful destinations in your portfolio. That's what I really love about it.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Yenedi Perez from Ponant, for being with us. I'm Angela Hughes, luxury travel entrepreneur, and I can be found at my luxury boutique agency, Trips and Ships Luxury Travel. And I've been in business 35 years. It's a second generation travel agency that I started with my father, who was a pioneer in the travel industry. And I also coach travel agencies, destination management companies, and hospitality companies on my channel over at Luxury Travel Social Media and Marketing. And Yenedi's also going to be our guest on that channel coming up. So if you do marketing strategies and you're an agent watching, there's a part 2 privately for you in the group coming up. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, Yenedi, for being with us. And we promise we'll have better internet next time for this.
Thank you, Angela, for the opportunity, and thank you for your time and your attention. It's a pleasure to be here, and I hope to see you soon sailing on Ponant. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.